The newest update in Pokemon Home added in all of the Legends Arceus Pokemon into Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Today, I'm going to be ranking how each of these Pokemon fit within the current Scarlet and Violet metagame. This is my first time doing something like this, so if you do enjoy it, please consider subscribing. Thanks, now let's get into it. Alrighty, here's the tier list, and before we get into any rankings, let's talk about our tiers. First up, we have Ubers. This is for Pokemon that are too good for OU or overused, that they are banned and go into Ubers. These are like OP legendaries, right? Overused, the most common format, not a lot to say there. Underused, Pokemon that aren't quite good enough for OU, then rarely used, never used, and PU, which is like stinky. You don't want to be in PU, it's a joke of a tier. And finally we have Little Cup. This is for unevolved Pokemon that don't have roles in higher tiers. And yeah, that's about it. So let's start off with our very, very OP legendaries, because we all know where they're going. They're going to Ubers. These base stats are ridiculous. I'll put them right now. There's the base stats. That is stupid. I don't know why, Game Freak, why would you do that? Then we have Hisuian Growlithe right here. That's going into Little Cup. It's not going to get a role in any higher tiers. It just doesn't have the stats for it. Now, this is an interesting one. I'm going to go UU for Hisuian Arcanine. It could make a role in OU, but its typing is so bad. Rock Fire is just terrible. You're 4 times weak to water, 4 times weak to ground. It's just not good. And there are so many ground types in OU right now, and there's going to be even more, because you're going to get Landorus Therian, Great Tusk, Iron Treads. It is not ideal for Hisuian Arcanine. Doesn't quite have enough speed. It's going to do so much damage though. Could go UUBL, which means it's too good for UU but not good enough for OU, because it does have Rock Head and it gets some insane damage-meaning moves that have recoil that it's going to ignore. So yeah, overall very good mon. Maybe it's OU with a Choice Scarf, but even then it's a little shaky. Right here we have Hisuian Voltorb. That's going to go in Little Cup. Just does not do enough damage. Really fast though, but still not enough damage. We'll go PU or NU. I'm going to go PU here. It has Chloroblast, which is a unique move for Electrode. Its typing is also pretty cool, but it's not exactly ideal. It has very, very low defenses. Not a ton of utility to use its speed with. I have to go PU. Maybe it gets a little use in NU, but I'm going to go PU for now. We can get Hisuian Typhlosion here. I'm going to go with... okay, so right now I think it's in UU, but it's going to end up in RU, because you're going to have more Pokemon added through the Pokemon Home update, and I just don't think it can stay in UU with all that power. Okay, this is another interesting one. See, we have a not fully evolved Pokemon here, but it's not going to end up in Little Cup. I think it's going to end up in NU or RU. I think it's going to go RU here. It has really good defenses, and now you can use an Eviolite on it, and I think that it will be a perfect set defensively for RU. We have Hisuian Sneasel here. This is going to go NU. It has really good attack and very good speed for NU. Obviously, defense is pretty weak, but it has a very fun typing, and I think people will want to use it just because it's new. So I'm going to go NU there. Hisuian Samurott. It has Ceaseless Edge, which is a very cool move. Puts up spikes every time it's used, so I'm going to go RU because of that. Its stats are a little underwhelming. Maybe it's like RUBL, I could see that, but I don't think it has enough base stats to go UU or OU really. Hisuian Lilligant. This is so OU, I can't even. It has Victory Dance, which is just Quiver Dance, but it's for physical attackers. Boosts your attack, defense, and speed by 1 stage all at once. It is ridiculous, and it has Leaf Blade, Close Combat. It's going to be good. Next up we have Basculin, which I'm going to put in PU for now. The other Basculins are already in PU, and it's the same exact Pokemon, except for it has a white stripe instead of a red stripe or a blue stripe. Now, they will get Last Respects, I believe, and I don't think that'll matter for long, because that move will probably get banned, because that move is just ridiculous. It can do 300 base power as a ghost type move after all your allies are dead, so that'll also come into play when we talk about its evolution, Basculegion. Hisuian Zorora here, that's already in Little Cup, and this is going to end up in UU. Right now, Hisuian Zoroark is in OU, but it's going to fall. Might even fall to RU, but I think it'll stay U, because it's just a fun Pokemon to use. Okay, we have this. We already know where this is. This is a Little Cup mon. This does not have a Hisuian form. It evolves into a Hisuian form in Braviary right here. I think Braviary is going to go UU. Its speed is obviously the thing that jumps out to you as very underwhelming, and you might go, that looks like some RU stats, right? Esper Wing, though, its signature move, boosts its speed by 1 stage every time it's used. So I think it could maybe get the ball rolling in UU. You could do like a spec set. I think that's probably what I would run. Choice specs, just spam Esper Wing. You should be good to go there. This thing is so bad. Hisuian Avalugg. Why do they keep giving you terrible typing? You're like, the ice typing is bad for a defensive Pokemon. What are we going to give it? Let's add a rock typing. So it's 4 times weak to fighting, 4-time weak to steel. It's terrible. It's slow, it can't do anything about it, and yeah, it's going to be in PU. Okay, Hisuian Sligu. Ooh, let's go NU here. Eviolite, I think, will be a good set on this thing. Steel Dragon, obviously a great typing for both Hisuian Sligu and Hisuian Gudra, which is looking to me like a UU Pokemon here. The typing is only weak to fighting and ground, I believe, which is amazing for a defensive Pokemon. I will say, though, its speed is bad and its HP could be a little better. It's also not going to do a ton of damage because your best move is Draco Meteor, but then you're lowering your special attack. It might go UU-BL, but I think it's staying in UU. Hisuian Decidueye, that's pretty bad. I'm going to go NU, but it might fall to PU. I wouldn't be surprised. Triple Arrows is a pretty fun signature move, but it's nothing to get too excited about. It's speed. Again, speed is so big in the metagame right now, and it is like base 60 or something. That's just off the top of my head. It might be like 70, but either way, it's bad. Wordier right here, I think I'm going NU again. Wordier has the similar issue of not enough defenses to help its lackluster speed. Its attack and special attack are pretty good. It honestly might give Stantler more use with an Eviolite. Yeah, I think Stantler's going to end up being better than Wordier, which is kind of sad. Okay, now we have another really good Pokemon in Cleavor. This is going to be OU, because you got Stone Axe boosted by Sharpness, and it lays down Stealth Rocks, which is one of the best hazards in the game, if not the best. I think this has got to be OU. Great attack, pretty solid speed. You might run like Scarf's Stone Axe, I don't know. Its speed isn't like too exciting, but it's not terrible. Its attack is just so crazy. Okay, now we have Sneasler, which is also going to be OU, maybe even get banned to Ubers. Okay, look at these stats, right? You got 120 speed, 130 attack, already a killer Pokemon, and then you look at its signature move, an 80 base power move with a 50% chance to sleep, poison, or paralyze. That is ridiculous. I'm not even going to get into that. And then you look at the abilities, and you have Unburden, one of the best abilities in all of Pokemon. You lose your item, and you get double speed. It could go to Ubers. I'm just going to warn you now, this could go to Ubers. Here we have our two forms of Unamorous. This one's probably going to be OU. You can run like physical attacking sets with Contrary Superpower, always a fun thing to do. Basically gives you a bulk up into the 120 base power fighting. That is a pretty insane combo right there. This Unamorous is not as good, very slow, has good special attack, but that's about it. It has good defenses. I just don't think it's going to be in OU with its other form. Might go UUBL, but that's about as high as I can see it going here. Okay, for Overquill, I'm thinking probably RU, which is kind of sad because it's going to be with its pre-evolution. It's just nothing, it's just not wowing. It's not. When you add in all the other Pokemon from Pokemon Home, it's just going to be underwhelming. It is. It's going to fall down to RU. I think it'll have a niche there, but like, I'm a little underwhelmed. I'm a little sad. Basculegion, Ubers. Wow, shocker. You gave adaptability and last respects to a Pokemon? Why would you do that, Game Freak? If they ban last respects, it's still going to be crazy. It might fall down to OU if you ban last respects, but it could still stay in Ubers. I could see it. You give it Swift Swim, it also has adaptability, 2 amazing abilities, and incredible attack, physical Ghost Stab, and the water typing, which is a good defensive typing as well. I don't know. I think this thing could stay in Ubers even after the last respects ban. It's going to be fun while it's there for like a day. Then finally we have Ursaluna. This is a fun one. I'm going to go OU here. Pretty safe guess. It is Guts. It is huge attack. It has Facade. I don't know what more you could ask. You can maybe set up Trick Room for it. I know it's not the fastest thing, but its defenses are pretty solid. I think it can eat a couple hits, go for a Guts boosted Facade, which is also going to have Stab. It's going to be ridiculous damage. Okay guys, that is the tier list. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm sure you hated one of these Pokemon that I put in like this tier. You might be like, no, that's stupid, and then you can tell me in the comments, and I'm gonna be like, no, you're wrong.